Hope you enjoyed this one. This is I was getting my latest review on Naruto Shippuden, episode 415, the two Mangekyo. I gotta admit, this episode really did step up a little bit. For example, we're continuing the story wise like the first half, but then there's the second half I need to comment. For example, there's the first half have like for example the first half it was all canon straightway, all straight out of the manga. Madara showing up, Obito asking him questions like, "What was I to you? You you're joking, right?" Like basically, Obito once asked, "What was Obito meant to Madara?" Basically, to Madara, Obito was just a means to an end, a tool for his plans. That's the basic quote of it. He spent this long speech talk so that your efforts, everything you've done, was to achieve our only goal in our plan, the infinite Tsukuyomi. Basically, you were just a tool, a means to an end, and despite everything you've done, you were just used it, used in the end, and you meant nothing. So basically, it was like a dark time. Hiobito was like nothing but a pawn to him. And then there was this long speech about the Sage of Six Paths. They developed ninjutsu, the ninja art. They would like developed a way to connect people using chakra, but instead of connecting with people using chakra, people use the power to amplify their own abilities and themselves to use for conflict and warfare. Basically, it's like the reverse of the state that Speedpack wanted. He gave people power, but to enhance themselves and increase their strength to talk to each other, but instead it had the opposite effect. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. That general crap. So basically, you get what I'm talking about. The situation for them is right now very dire. Obito reluctant, and he's like weak at the knees, like looks like he's getting ready to fall and pass out. Obito, he's lingering on the edge, but he's still not giving up to fight. He didn't let Black Zetsu take the Renegon from him, because if Madara has the full Renegon, he still may use that power to his advantage. And the situation for them is very highly shifting. And then finally, there's Obito, like his reluctance. Right? But one of the things I gotta know in this episode, Obito definitely and stepped up in a huge way, because one of the things that changed him and inspired him and renewed his spirit, it was Naruto, because Naruto reminds him of himself back when he used to be as a kid, like that little goofy boy who was always the class clown, always messing up and always wanted to compete with another student who was like obviously his better, but wanted to improve himself so he can become strong and the village could respect him as Hokage. Basically, that's one of the thing I know. Thing I note. Obito, he still, even though he's down on his luck, he's still not willing to give up on his dream. And he finally found himself. Those are Kakashi's own words. You finally found yourself. So basically, him challenging Madara, taking challenging him, even managed to steal a portion of his strength and weakening him to the breaking point. I mean, that I got a quote on. He definitely stepped up. And they're planning on making their move together. Both him and Kakashi. And Madara, he was no joke in this chapter either. Too. Like basically when like Obito was going for Madara, and both and Minato, Gaara, and Kakashi were doing a simultaneous attack, Nappa took their own attacks and flung them right back in their faces. Kakashi got hit with a Rasengan to the chest. He's bleeding a bit, and Minato got knocked right into Gaara. So basically, like now that Madara has the power of the Sage of Six Paths, he's basically all powerful. So basically, that's the basic quote of it. But one of the things I got to note, this is very specific. Like for example, there's like for example, like that's like the first half. First half. They're trying to do that back to same Naruto, but then there's the second half. I got word from another reviewer for Neverworld, one of the kings of anime and review, like saying that we're gonna go back into a filler next week. I'm like another filler. Like I don't hate fillers generally. I don't really hate them. I know they're trying to do that and add more to the story to buy time. And we just got off an amazing tuning exam arc. And like what happened when Naruto was away for training, and we got to see what people got to go through to the tutoring exams. But I gotta agree with Finero. We don't need no more filler. Like seriously, no more fillers for now, at least. I mean, besides the manga's over, yeah, and right now we're on Naruto Gaiden, and they should at least finish the story. I mean, we're just a couple episodes away from one of the most biggest fights in Naruto history. Like the story is about to change in a big way. Hey, and we're not even up to the part where things get very, very interesting and things start to change. I want them to go back to that. Like right now, seriously. I don't want to see no more filler, even though it's about Kakashi, Rin, and Obito in their past. But I don't want to see that anymore. I don't want to see that. Not to diss any of them, but some of them are my favorite characters, and I really like those characters. But enough. Let's just go back to the main story. Like no more fillers, please. Hey, I gotta agree with Fedegro. No more fillers. I'm like seriously. Like the story is almost over. All right, let it end on the right path, not just lag out more time so you can bleed off of it for more money. I'm like, you did that for a while, so come on. Besides, I also want to hear the rumor, the true. After the end of Naruto Shippuden, they're gonna do the Boruto Naruto movie. They already revealed the plot that Sasuke's gonna train Boruto and stuff like that. Yeah, and not to mention the like rumors that they're gonna be renewing Bleach after the end of Shippuden. I want to see Bleach again. I want to see Bach as an animated character. Seriously. But that's all I got to say. And even though part of this video was a huge rant about no more fillers, but I can't help how I feel. Even though this was a fast-paced video, you gotta understand the animation itself was pretty relaxed, pretty typical. Was pretty typical. One of the best they had, and 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 I like the story wise. I do, but I don't want to see no more new stuff. Like I want them to follow the story as it was told intentionally. Like basically, Mondoro kicked ass. Obito stepped up, and we're getting to them trying to make. We're getting to Obito, going to make their move. And in the end, we get this small story arc. I don't want to see that. Like seriously, I just want them to go back to the main story. That's all. Hope you enjoyed this part. Comment, subscribe, like, comment if you like it. If you hate this, hey, I know that you guys gotta be wondering why I'm complaining, but as a fan, I want to go back to the main story. I gotta agree with Forever World. If you don't like this review, you can go to Forever World's main channel. I'll put Forever World. He's one of the best. Hope you enjoyed this. Comment, subscribe. Thank you. This is Solomon Adams. Bye. No more fillers.